Welcome back. The city of Sarasota is planning to reboot an agency in hopes of revitalizing the Newtown community.
It's all part of an effort to raise property values in that neighborhood and enhance community projects. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo is joining us live with what this plan entails. Dwayne.
Well, Scott and Haley, it's a project in form of a redevelopment agency. The community bringing Newtown together on pace economically with all of Sarasota.
A city initiative looking to bring back or reset the Newtown Redevelopment Agency Tax Foundation that has been in the negative since the recession almost a decade ago.
It'll bring the tax base up to current levels, and then any tax increment growth within that district will be reinvested in that district to improve the local economy.
The goal is to help restore MLK, Newtown's Main Street, to the vibrancy it had back in the 1970s. A realistic goal, according to Sarasota City Manager Tom Barwin.
There's been a lot of positive development, and people are very, very excited about the progress being made in North Sarasota these days.
And according to Barwin, with Newtown's internal medical practice and even plans for a new restaurant, the push to revitalize makes sense.
We've had some new investments. We've got the Ringling Soundstage that is opening up their second venue there very soon. We're working on with a group of developers to open the Marian Anderson Commerce Park.
But at this point, no help from Sarasota County. The city sought a collaboration effort with the county, but they declined to participate.
The county really isn't specializing in city-county economic development ongoing partnerships. They generally appear to be philosophically opposed to CRAs.
Barwin says with or without the county on board, the city plans to follow through.
You know, North Sarasota, Newtown is your classic case that CRAs are designed to be in place for, and we intend to use it.
Not only improving the economy, but starting to improve property values in the near future.
We are hoping to reset it, which will be in time for the end of the year, and setting the new tax base. So it will take a year for revenues to accrue, and then I believe it will be in place for probably about another 30 years.
Now, the city also says they're continuing to seek collaborations and partnerships in an effort to give this reset the best possible success, not only for Newtown, but the whole city of Sarasota. Reporting live in Newtown, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, thank you. The founder of Sarasota's Comprehensive Treatment Court says after nearly 6 months, the concept is working. Circuit Judge Erica Quartermain launched a program last March to get nonviolent first offenders in treatment programs rather than behind bars. She says they've already helped dozens of people get back on their feet. Judge Quartermain says her first priority is to enforce the laws. However,
are there gaps in our system? Yes, there are gaps in our system. It comes from a short-sighted view taken decades ago when we closed mental health institutions and had no backup plan for these people. So the community does have gaps, and we need to come together as a community. We have come together as a community to better address those. Because then they could...
Judge Quartermain will be our live guest on ABC 7 News at 7. We'll talk about alternative ways to approach suspects charged with these nonviolent crimes.
An update now on the abandoned Sable Trace golf course in Northport. The property has changed owners yet again. Earlier this month, the property was sold at auction for $2.7 million to Realco Equities. But that owner had environmental concerns about a fertilizer used on the property. Last week, another buyer, Link Zuckerman Holdings LLC, purchased the property for an unknown amount. No word yet on what the new owners plan to do with this old course.
A Suncoast state senator is filing a bill that would boost financial aid for college students. Senator Bill Galvano filing a bill that would require the state to permanently cover 100 or 75% of all tuition costs for top high school students who attend a Florida university or college. If it became law, it would help about 94,000 students. Legislators scaled back the amount paid by Bright Future scholarships during the height of the Great Recession. Senate President Joe Negron has promised to restore funding. The Florida legislature passed a similar bill earlier this year, but Governor Rick Scott then vetoed it.
We should learn more tomorrow about how Snooty, the world's oldest known manatee, died while living in captivity on the Sun Coast. The South Florida Museum in Bradenton will give updated information about Snooty's death during a briefing tomorrow morning. Snooty died at the museum in July, right after his 69th birthday. An investigation found that Snooty drowned when he became stuck in a 30 by 30-inch tunnel used to access plumbing for his tank. The museum plans to host a memorial open house on September 10th in tribute of the manatee's remarkable life.
A follow-up now on a herd of cows that were surrounded by floodwaters in East Sarasota County. All the animals have now been removed from the flooded pasture. This was the scene last night near Palmer Boulevard and Iona Road. Those cows climbing onto higher ground to avoid the water. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office reports the DeSoto County rancher who owns the animals moved them to a drier location this morning. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, wow, unbelievable sight to see that. Now we're going to head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with the first alert forecast.
Yeah, unbelievable too is what's describing Harvey, as it has caused all sorts of headaches and problems. And again, this could go down as one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history. Again, $108 billion damage with Katrina. This could go even higher than that. That is the worst hurricane damage ever recorded. In fact, tropical system was Katrina. This could surpass it. This system continues to cause problems, but not nearly as many problems as we saw just 24 hours ago. You can see that rainfall wrapping around the system. There's a lot of dry air in place. Houston, no rain right now, no rain expected, and it looks as though this will continue to weaken as it pushes off to the northeast. It made two landfalls. I just checked. The National Hurricane Center made two landfalls, one in South Texas and another one today into the United States anyway. And you can see not much going on here. Some showers are around east, mainly isolated at best due to this very dry air in place across the Bahamas, Cuba, and Florida now. And look at all the dry air in Texas and kind of working its way in now into the system. So that's good news on that front, although still causing significant flooding problems throughout Louisiana. Some moderate to heavy rainfall earlier today as well into the panhandle of Florida. We'll have much more on our forecast for the rest of this week and into the weekend, and take a look at Irma way out there in the Atlantic. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. North Korea is signaling there may be more missile launches into the Pacific, issuing a renewed threat of one of America's territories.
This new threat comes just a day after Pyongyang fired a missile over Japan. ABC's Elizabeth Herr shows us how the United States is responding.
The U.S. showing off its military firepower, releasing this new video of its latest missile defense test off the coast of Hawaii, successfully detecting and intercepting a medium-range ballistic missile with another missile, as seen in this Pentagon video. A show of force with South Korea conducting its own bombing drills. After North Korea fired yet another ballistic missile that flew over Japan on Tuesday. Pyongyang claiming this is video of that launch, and these are pictures showing the North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un watching and smiling. The state news agency now reporting his regime is considering more missile launches, calling this week's test a meaningful prelude to containing the U.S. territory of Guam. President Trump initially responded with a statement saying all options are on the table, then tweeted this on Wednesday: talking is not the answer. But in an apparent contradiction to the president's tweet, this reassurance from Defense Secretary James Mattis from the Pentagon.
No, we're never out of diplomatic solutions. We continue to work together.
The White House also released a statement today saying the president spoke to the Japanese prime minister for the second time this week. This to vow the two nations will work together to increase pressure against North Korea. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer hasn't been in the headlines much lately, and after tomorrow, his profile will be even lower. A White House official says Thursday will be Spicer's last day on the White House payroll. He resigned as press secretary in July after President Trump named Anthony Scaramucci as his new White House communications director. Scaramucci was fired a short time later. Spicer has remained employed, even though he's mostly been out of the public eye.
For the first time since the retirement of the space shuttle 6 years ago, NASA may soon have the capability to send astronauts to the International Space Station from U.S. soil. Boeing and SpaceX are building spacecrafts that will send astronauts to the space station and eventually into deep space. The public-private partnership will develop the Kennedy Space Center into a multi-user spaceport. Flight tests for Boeing and SpaceX will begin next year. Both must demonstrate their systems are ready to begin regular flights to the space station. Won't have to rely on the Russians.
Yeah, it's pretty
anymore.
nice.
Yeah. Still to come in your Suncoast News, groundbreaking work by some college sophomores.
Up next, what the students are working on that could help doctors diagnose Alzheimer's more efficiently.
Hi, I'm Jeff Benninghoff, the general manager here at APC7. And one day, DirecTV viewers may experience what millions of other subscribers across the country already have and lose access to their favorite news, weather, and programming. We've been working hard to reach an agreement to keep APC7 on DirecTV's lineup. The time is running out, and they refuse to come to a fair agreement to continue to carry us. It's unfortunate, but it has happened before. Since 2015, DirecTV has dropped local channels from their system 14 times, leaving millions of their customers in the dark. If it happens here, it means you could miss severe weather warnings, important news and information where you live, your favorite APC shows, college football, and other sports programs. This matter is very important to us. You are very important to us, and we're committed to continue working to reach an agreement without any interruptions. The deadline is 11:59 p.m. tomorrow, August 31st, 2017. Please go to www.ourlocalcommitment.com/WWSB for more information and learn how you can support keeping APC7 on the air. And remember, you always have choices. We are free over the air at mysuncoast.com, our free news and weather apps, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and also available through other local providers.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 1-800-468-1930. Go online or visit a Target store today.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Some students at the University of Maryland could be on the brink of an Alzheimer's breakthrough.
The students have designed technology they hope will revolutionize how doctors diagnose the disease. Mike Carter-Koning shows us what they're working on.
They're only sophomores, but these UMD students have been honored with a $20,000 prize from NIH for their work developing low-cost tools to diagnose Alzheimer's. This headset and computer software can identify brainwave patterns associated with the disease.
Alzheimer's diagnostics occur maybe 2 years after these clinical symptoms are presented to a doctor. And by then, these plaques have already developed and the disease is moving from early to middle stage.
They believe this technology could change that. Because it's more affordable than an MRI, maybe it could be more common, part of routine screening, resulting in earlier diagnoses and drug treatment.
So like during a regular checkup, maybe once you're 55 or older, you could take 3-4 minutes out of a doctor's office visit and just check yourself up.
But Alzheimer's can manifest in your brain up to 10 years before any symptoms are shown. If we're able to diagnose this in the earlier stages, maybe we can send patients to clinical trials so we can accelerate research and try to find an actual treatment maybe in the future.
The team built this prototype headset using 3D printed parts with a microcontroller there on the back, which connects to a Bluetooth USB port feeding into their laptop.
And right now we only have one prototype, which actually only fits one person.
The team is now using that big cash prize to build more headsets. They're also forming an LLC, applying for a patent, collaborating with hospitals, and pursuing clinical trials.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Sounds like a great program. Some brilliant kids there. Van Wezel webcam showing a beautiful day, something we need. Dry air has settled in, limiting shower and thunderstorm activity. It'll be back, but not so much tomorrow. Just a chance for a few inland storms, mainly tomorrow. Lots of sunshine out there, and it looks as though we'll see that again tomorrow. Moisture, again, pulling up from the south, but we are in a very dry sector right now. As Harvey continues to head off to the northeast and weaken, we will see moisture continuing to kind of move in from the south. As far as the rainfall goes, it's over for Houston and most of Texas. There's some still big storms on the eastern portion of that state. Right now, it continues to move off to the northeast and bring with it some flooding problems, concerns there into central Louisiana, heading off to northeast into Arkansas. Now for us, we're high and dry here, not much going on. It's fairly quiet, a few showers down to our south and east, and it looks like it'll stay that way. So any evening plans, not a problem. Just remember, it's going to stay pretty warm with the lack of shower and thunderstorm activity around. We're not going to see temperatures cool all that much. That dry air is in place from Georgia, Florida, through the Bahamas, down into Cuba right now. You will notice once in a while we do get some showers popping up into that dry air. What happens is that those storms actually start to take in that dry air, and so the storms never get going all that intense, and looks like that'll be the case for the evening showers inland. Heat index still at 101. That's expected to drop a little bit. Pressure at 30 inches even. The high today was a couple degrees, 1 degree shy of the average, and 74 was the morning low, so a couple degrees below average for the entire day. Rainfall amounts, no rain to report today for the month now, just under 21 inches of rain. And the hourly forecast for Thursday looks pretty good. Temperatures topping out around 90, 91 degrees with a heat index up near 100. We'll see just a few more clouds in the afternoon with a slight chance for a few isolated showers as that sea breeze develops. It'll be mainly east, and the futurecast showing that activity inland kind of winding on down tonight. And then tomorrow we'll start off nice, sunshine in the day. Drop off appears to be really nice, and then we'll see a few isolated showers developing along that sea breeze. Most of the action pushing off to the east, and then we will see a better chance for showers returning on Friday as moisture moves in and the sea breeze gets a little bit more active. I think the weekend we'll have a better chance for those showers and storms coming back toward the coast in the afternoon and evening. Well, the enhanced satellite imagery showing Harvey weakening considerably as it pushes to the northeast, and you can see some activity down to our south. I mentioned that down near Cuba. As far as the motion goes, the movement off to the north-northeast at 8 miles an hour. The pressure has been rising. It will bring some rainfall across parts of Tennessee into Kentucky, and Ohio could still cause some problems there as it makes its way to the northeast. Now, as far as we're concerned, we are watching this system out into the Atlantic right now. We'll take a look at that real quick. Maps jumping around, but nonetheless, here we go. Irma is a new storm now. It's the 9th named storm. Top winds are at 60 miles an hour. It's moving to the west at 15. And there's the forecast path and track. Over the next 5 days, it'll be out in the Atlantic. So we have plenty of time to watch this one to see what it does. on the verge of becoming a Category 2 again, 5 days from now. It could be much stronger than that. There are some models that indicate it could be up to a Category 3 or 4 status in 5 days from now. East winds turn to the southwest at 5 to 10 knots, a light chop out there, and the water temperature at 88 degrees. Upcoming tides for Sarasota Bay, here they are on your screen. High tide will be at 10:36 and another at 7:58 tomorrow morning. Mostly fair, warm, 78 for your low. Tomorrow, look for some sunshine, a few clouds, and a few mainly inland showers. 92 the high. The extended forecast, a little bit better chance for scattered storms on Friday, but more so on Saturday. And Labor Day looks to be okay, partly cloudy with a 40% chance for scattered storms. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Time now to check on your first alert traffic for the drive home. Traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes right near University Parkway. And remember, you can always find out about important road closures and crashes instantly on your phone. All you have to do is download the My Suncoast app. You'll get traffic alerts, important news updates, and weather forecasts delivered directly to your phone.
A new hotel, restaurants, condos, and shopping. That's what's ahead for Allegiant Airlines. The airline is planning to build a huge Sunseeker Resort in Charlotte County. The proposed 20-acre property will be located along Bayshore Road, just west of US 41, right on the Peace River. It'll include 9 condominium towers, 10 upscale restaurants, a grocery store, and a marina. A free shuttle service between the airport and the resort will also be available.
Home Depot is shelling out a lot of cash to the government. The home improvement retailer has agreed to pay $5.7 million to settle charges that it sold recalled washing machines, fire extinguishers, and other faulty products. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, Home Depot sold these recalled products between 2012 and 2016. As part of the settlement, Home Depot also agreed to continue a compliance program to make sure recalled products are not sold in its stores.
All right, the entertainment news is coming up right after this.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Attention blood thinner users. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
Prince William and Prince Harry are paying tribute to their mother, Princess Diana, on the eve of the 20th anniversary of her death.
The young royals visiting a memorial garden at Kensington Palace to honor Diana's work with charities. The royals are meeting with representatives from Great Ormond Street Hospital, the National AIDS Trust, the Leprosy Mission, and other charities the princess supported. Diana's children have promised to carry on her work with charity, and they are doing just that.
Saturday's fight between Floyd Mayweather and mixed martial arts champ Conor McGregor was huge in the martial arts world. Well, for everyone, really. UFC star Ronda Rousey could have easily had ringside seats, but she was nowhere near the fight because, well, she's pretty busy. She was getting married. E! News reports that Rousey tied the knot with fellow UFC fighter Travis Brown in Hawaii. The couple has stayed mostly in a low profile.
The Boss is already extending his Broadway run by 10 weeks. Bruce Springsteen will make his Broadway debut this fall at the Walter Kerr Theater in a solo show. The extension comes just hours after sales began, and it quickly became hard for fans to get tickets without paying thousands of dollars. Springsteen on Broadway will open October 12th and will now run through February 3rd. He will perform songs from his career interspersed with readings of his best-selling memoir titled Born to Run. His fans can't get enough of him. So
they cannot.
Not surprised.
The people who love him really, really love.
Yeah.
Like Judy Gallagher. That's every time I think she's like the quintessential Springsteen fan.
She's been to dozens of concerts all over the country.
I don't think she says it never gets old. I mean,
Yeah.
she just wants to keep going to more.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
She
We'll
should
be
go
right
to
back.
that.
Yeah.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now. Operators are standing by.